decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Washington Redskins. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. Now, despite a little sizzle on the move, he's still tackled shy of the 20. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 19-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Cousins gives way to Cook, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Watch a slant, watch a slant, watch a slant.
From the gun, here's Cousins. He'll find his receiver. That's Chad Beebe. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
It's 4th down.
So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll go with Darius Geis, who missed all of 2018 with injury. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there and a 1st down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Smith hands off to Geis. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they're in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Yeah. 54, right there, 54, Mike. Go. Go. Mike, get it.
Throwing again. Smith. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
X3, 218, chop. Check it out.
A carry for Bryce Love, the 4th rounder from Stanford. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get...
Looking for his tight end Rudolph, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Now, guy stripped. He lost the football, and the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. Cousins now after the fumble recovery. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Nice 7. Hey. Watch the pass.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Smith, and he whips that one incomplete there. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a big no-no last time. A safety to make this score 2-0 where we stand now. So, see if they can atone for that mistake.
You give up points, but on the flip side, the positive side, after you punted the ball away or kicked it away,
defense held.
Defense held for you. So there's a little bit of relief there. Now they know they can get back out on the field, run their offense, and try to put their defense in a bad spot again.
On 2nd down. It's Cook. And boy, this Redskin defense charged up now. They stop him behind the line again. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Cousins. And complete right side to Cook. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Making the stop there, Daniil Hunter. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The Redskins with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go.
Here we go. 90 Wolf.
Don't get nervous now. We ain't begin.
Shotgun handoff now to Geis. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Eric Kendricks, the Vikings' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Smith. And he finds McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Redskins get the quick strike touchdown. Well, they were back in the shadows of their own goalpost, and that flipped quickly.
So much for playing it safe. I mean, a conservative, easy call. Run the football, take care of it, create some space, punt the ball away. But no, let's throw it. And sometimes a defense's aggressiveness is used against them because when you've got people backed up, your natural inclination is to try and really force them back, and sometimes they get burned that way.
And they got burned there.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Montez Sweat gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. 3rd and long for Cousins. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Smith. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. To throw again. Smith looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something that... And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Johnson, the intended target.
Let's go. Hey, Tuso. Go.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Darius Slayton, 28 yards. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And that one makes this a 19-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively. Nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Watch time. Time your ball.
On second down now, it's Cook. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Rudolph on the receiving end from Cousins. Cousins to his tight end Rudolph for a Viking first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Cousins. The throw complete to Beebe. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. To the air again, it's Cousins. That's complete right around the 8. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that,
fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Redskins scoop it. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
They go play action here on 1st down. Going right side, he finds Slayton. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Ready? 18 Gator.
Check, block 54, block 54.
6-man. Check curls, check curls, check curls.
Smith on 1st down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Let's go, B, let's go. Hey, let's get there.
The final shot here before break. Smith. Catch made by Slayton. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Redskins who have the lead here. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On 2nd and 9, Smith. That's complete to Slayton. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. From the gun, here's Smith. Got a man, Slayton. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Smith. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Throwing again is Smith. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Again, Smith. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
Let's go, do it.
At their own 15-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Throwing, Cousins. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off, actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Down. 8 read. 54. We want this.
Smith now from the gun, he'll throw. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down. So here, the men in charge are going to be looking at whether or not the receiver had possession of the ball as he went out of bounds.
And they have to make sure that the receiver got both feet down in bounds as well.
Here we go. 60 outlaw. I don't even know why this team showed up.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Smith. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move.
And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Darius Slay. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Hey, exit. Ready.
Smith throwing again. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Trey Waynes, the Michigan State man, right there in coverage.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
54 Mike. Come on, boy. Go.
Now Smith on 3rd and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Vikings take over
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and in fact we kept having a rough patch.
And my goodness, another interception. Reuben Foster picks it, and the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try to get this running game going with Geis. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the interception by the Redskins indeed leads to a touchdown. Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Makes the score Redskins 29, Vikings nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Right there, 56. Come on. You better.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. On 4th down, they do snap it to Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. A pretty good-looking run there on 1st down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Off the play fake, Cousins going deep for Diggs. It's caught at the 10. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. Cousins finding Diggs on a big one, 49 yards. They'll run with Cook. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, You're going slow clap on me. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's got some space here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Washington. That kickoff return, 104 yards. And the Redskins capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well-coordinated.
And now here is another interception. Reuben Foster picks it. Oh, some strong running. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
First and goal, Washington.
Geis, they'll try to run it. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. On the ground, Geis. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. Darius Geis with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Redskins capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point good by Hopkins, and that will extend this big lead. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Cousins. And complete right side to Cook. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Cousins now. He'll buy some time right. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
You might be getting tired of seeing me.
Now Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Now Cousins going to bring his guys up for the two-point try. Cousins again. And they're going to get the two-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense.
And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
4 yards the pickup, first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a run with Geis. Give the tackle there to Daniil Hunter.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Out of the gun, Geis. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Ready?
Out of the gun, Smith. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
We got this.
Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. On 2nd and 12, Cousins. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Montez Sweat able to record his 5th sack of the season. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. 3rd and long for Cousins. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Landon Collins. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Single receiver. Hey, you're in an option.
After the interception, here's Smith. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. The intended target was the rookie Terry McLaurin. And that'll bring up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing is Smith. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Redskins, they'll finish the first half of the schedule dead even at 4-4. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, it's loss number 5 for them on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.